Hello, welcome to the Oscars 2024. Finally. Yes, for the last 6 weeks, I was so busy. I was watching 6 films on this channel. And yeah, and also privately with a friend, we watched so many films. And now I'm ready. I hope you too, because now it gets serious. Yes, I'm so excited, as you can see. Because this is a real highlight for me. Yeah, and last year the show wasn't so bad. The year before and before that were very bad. But yeah, last year wasn't so bad. Jimmy Kimmel did a good job, and he's back this time. And also the last year wasn't the first year since 2 or 3 years without an incident. Yeah, and let's see what this year has to offer. What I really hope is that they get rid of that music cue after the speeches and let the winners talk. I mean, 1 minute or less, what's the difference? That's so disrespectful to cut them off. That was my biggest critique, or one of my biggest critique. No, the biggest critique. Yeah, I just hope for the best. Okay, so before we start, let's make some predictions, shall we? Alright, we have Best Motion Picture of the Year. And this category is very strong. I mean, the whole Oscars this year are very strong, contender-wise, film-wise. Yeah, American Fiction, that was very great. Anatomy of a Fall, also very well written. Barbie, also good, but not great in my opinion. Killers of the Flower Moon. Yeah, Maestro was one of the weakest, I would say. It was very well made, but story-wise, a little, yeah, I don't know, uninteresting, I would say. Yeah, but very well played by especially Carey Mulligan. Oppenheimer, the frontrunner, wasn't one of my favorites. Also very well made, everything top notch. But I didn't like the story structure that much. Yeah, it was very fast paced and all over the place. I would personally prefer much more emotional, slow paced. Yeah, and chronologically structured. That's my critique with Oppenheimer. But apart from that, everything was top notch, especially the editing. Past Lives, I was positively surprised by that. Reminded me a lot of Lost in Translation by Sofia Coppola. And yeah, and I've watched it with a friend, and he said, because he likes to watch animes, he's an anime nerd. Yeah, I would say. And he said that this kind of story he has seen before a lot of times in animes. Yeah, I don't know about that. I'm not a fan of animes. For me, it was very fresh. A fresh way of telling the story, I'd say. Yeah, Poor Things. Surprisingly funny. Also a lot of social criticism in it. A very dark story, but made funny. Yeah, very interesting. The Holdovers. This is probably my favorite. Because yeah, it was so well done. It was funny, it was emotional. The characters were so well written. And in the end, I had a lot of feelings going through my body. Yeah, that was definitely my favorite. And The Zone of Interest, the most interesting one. Because it was very new. It had new techniques, I mean, in storytelling, especially the sound. Yeah. So, what do I predict? Yeah, I go with Oppenheimer, because it is the front runner. It is a biography, a real story. It's very well made. It's nominated for 13 Oscars, so it has to win. And so I'm predicting Oppenheimer. Yeah. Best actor in a leading role. That's interesting. Cillian Murphy or Paul Giamatti is my prediction. But if I have to choose one, I would actually go for Paul Giamatti. But Cillian Murphy, I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if he wins. Because, yeah, Oppenheimer, historical figure, very important and had it so well. Yeah, I don't know. But Paul Giamatti was... I don't know. That character, I like that character so much. And he portrayed it so well. So I would go for Paul Giamatti. I think that's a 50-50 decision, but yeah. We will see. Actress in a leading role. Oh yes, that's also interesting. We have the two Stones. And yeah, also Carey Mulligan did a very fantastic job, I have to say. Sandra Hüller also. So they two can actually surprise if none of the Stones wins. But yeah, I'm going for Lily Gladstone because what she achieved, in my opinion, is that subtle acting, which had a lot of effect emotionally. She was saying so much with so little. Yeah, with so little. I don't know how to say it. So I'm going for her. Then we have Best Performance by an Actor in a Supporting Role. I'm very impressed by Robert De Niro, I have to say. I mean, also Robert Downey Jr., who is the frontrunner. And I'm going for Robert Downey Jr. actually. But, yeah, I don't know. Robert De Niro is a very close second for me. But yeah, Robert Downey Jr. is my pick. So, actress in a supporting role. Yeah, Divine Joy Randolph is my pick. Emily Blunt could surprise. But, yeah, I don't know. I go with everyone else who's saying Divine Joy Randolph. Yeah, best achievement in directing. Wow, what a category. Christopher Nolan, Jonathan Glazer, Justine Triet, Martin Scorsese, Yorgos Lanthimos. Yeah, and I think Christopher Nolan will win. He never won, actually, right? So this would be his first Oscar. I'm very sure that he will get it this time. Best original screenplay. Here I have a clear favorite, Anatomy of a Fall. Also, The Holdovers was very well written, but Anatomy of a Fall, man, that was so complex and realistic. I have to go with that. That was fantastic. Best adapted screenplay? Yeah, I think Oppenheimer. But also American Fiction, I liked very much. The story, the screenplay. Also Poor Things. But yeah, it's probably gonna be Oppenheimer. So that's my pick. Best cinematography. Yeah, that's interesting because Oppenheimer is the front runner. But I personally see Poor Things ahead of Oppenheimer. I like that more. It was more creative overall. Even though I didn't like the fisheye effect that much. But very creative, and it went very well with the production design. So I'm gonna go with that. But also Killers of the Flower Moon I like very much. And also El Conde. This is only nominated for Best Cinematography, and it had very great cinematography, very great shots. Very surprisingly well shot. And this would actually be a very surprise if that wins. But I don't think so. Yeah, I'm going with Poor Things on this. Film editing. Oppenheimer. Must be. I'm so sure that this is Oppenheimer. Production design. Yes. I thought for a long time it was Barbie. The sets were so great. It was very different from everything else. But then I've seen Poor Things. And now I think that this will win. That was just great. So much effort. I think they filmed almost the whole film in on a stage. So they built all these sets. and that was so impressive. So that's my pick, Poor Things. Best achievement in costume design, also Poor Things. That was going so well with the production design. I can't say anything about Napoleon, which is also nominated for production design and costume. I'm still waiting for the director's cut, but it's still not released. So yeah, therefore I'm going with Poor Things. Best sound must be The Zone of Interest. Clear favorite of mine in terms of sound, because that was the whole film, right? Without the sound, the film wouldn't be, yeah, there. I mean, Oppenheimer could also win the sound. That was also very great, especially with the with the bomb, the scene with the bomb. So well done. And I made some math because considering the distance they were away from the bomb and the sound traveling, how long the sound would travel for that distance, and it was 46 or 47 seconds. And that was very well portrayed. Yeah, and I like that. Details like that. But yeah. But that's also directing and editing, that this was portrayed that way. Yeah, I don't know. But I'm going for the Zone of Interest. If that film wins anything, then this. Its greatest strength, in my opinion. Okay. Best achievement in makeup. That's a tough one. That's a very tough one. Because I liked Society of the Snow. And I don't think that this will win international film. So this is the only Oscar it could win. But there's also Maestro, which was also so well done. Excellent makeup. Not only the mask Bradley Cooper was wearing, but also it took place in many time periods. So all the actors had a different age, and you could see that. And it was so convincing. So I think Maestro will win, but I wish that Society of the Snow will win. Because they actually fooled me with the legs in the hospital. I thought the actors lost so much weight, but it was all, yeah, makeup. And every actor had to wear that makeup, that spread lips and all that snow effect, that ice effect and all that, if you know what I mean. Man, that was so well done. Yeah, that would totally deserve it. But I have to go with Maestro on this. I don't know. Just a feeling I have. Alright. Then, best music, original score. Yeah, this is also very interesting. We have Killers of the Flower Moon, Oppenheimer, Poor Things. All three top notch. I'm surprised that Indiana Jones is nominated. Probably because of the effort it took to make that. Because it was full of variety. Yeah, and it was fitting the scenes perfectly. And John Williams made a record as the oldest ever nominated, if I understood correctly. Or something like that. Or as the most nominations ever. Or at least as a composer. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, many people say that Oppenheimer will win. But, yeah, I don't know. I mean, we have Poor Things. Also full of variety and creativity. How the score changes over time. That was so well done. But I think I will go with Killers of the Flower Moon. Also great score. Not much variety in it. But perfectly for the film. As it drove the plot forward. And the suspense it created. Yeah, I don't know. That's my pick. Killers of the Flower Moon. Alright. Best achievement in music. Original song. Yeah. What was I made for is Frontrunner. And I think I will go with that. But also the song It Never Went Away. American Symphony. By John Baptiste. that was also very well written and very personal, emotional. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if that will surprise and win. But yeah, What Was I Made For is also a fantastic song. Yeah, and that's my guess. Visual effects. Yeah, I don't know. That's a pure guess, because the only film I've seen from that list is The Creator, which was generally great in terms of visual effects, but also not perfect. It had a lot of faults, a lot of errors. For example, an explosion in tall grass, and the tall grass wasn't moving at all. Little stuff like that. Yeah, so many people say it will win, but yeah, I don't know. Maybe it will, but in my opinion, it wouldn't deserve it, just for that that errors it had. So I'm taking a wild guess and go for Godzilla -1. Best documentary. Yes, 20 Days in Mariupol. Man, that was something, and very important. A very important one. So this has to win. Obi-Wan was also very well made. I think editing wise this was the best, but and I also liked The Infinite Memory, La Memoria Infinita. Yeah, the other two I haven't seen. They are not released yet. Yeah, but I have to go with 20 Days in Mariupol. That was, yeah. Everyone has to see it, and therefore it has to win. Best animated feature? Yeah, probably Spider-Man, I think. Yeah, Nimona was surprisingly good, I have to say. Robot Dreams and The Boy and the Heron are not released yet. Elemental was Pixar, if I'm not mistaken. That was also good. But yeah, I think Spider-Man, I mean, the whole look of that film alone is something else. And the story was also very well done, very well told. Yeah, so that's my pick. Best animated short film. I haven't seen one of them, so this is just a wild guess. Letter to a Pig is the front runner, so I'll just go with that. Best live action short film. I have seen The After and The Wonderful Story of Henry Sugar. And yeah, I'm very sure The Wonderful Story of Henry Sugar will win. That was also full of creativity. Yeah. And therefore, that's my pick. Best documentary short film. Yeah, I've seen 3 of them. Island in Between, The Barber of Little Rock, and The Last Repair Shop. And yeah, I have to go with The Last Repair Shop. Very well done. Very well edited. Very emotional. Yeah, so that's my pick. And now, best international feature film. That was also a very strong category. The only film I haven't seen is Io Capitano. The Teacher's Lounge, surprisingly good. That I liked very much. Society of the Snow. Man, that would deserve, actually. It was so well done. It was like a documentary. Very detailed. Well shot. The music. Cinematography. It was so great on so many levels. This was actually deserved to win. Yeah, but The Zone of Interest, nominated also as best film. So that's my pick. And I have to say, Perfect Days. Man, I think Perfect Days was actually my favorite. Yeah, together with The Holdovers, I would say. These two. Because Perfect Days, that was so surprisingly good. The story is so simple, but it was so good. Man, it was so slow paced, but it was full of good emotions. It was a real feel good film. And it seemed so effortless because it was just one handheld camera the whole time. and mostly one actor with some interactions with other people, of course, but mostly focused on this one actor, and it was so good, man. Yeah, if you haven't seen Perfect Days, that's my recommendation, my very strong recommendation. If you like this kind of films, that slow-paced, quiet ones. Yeah, and that's it. So my pick was The Zone of Interest International. Yeah, that was my predictions. My amateurish predictions. But this time, contrary to my last year's predictions, I've actually seen most of the films. Except the short ones, and so most of them are not released. So yeah. So this actually means something. And it's not just guessing. Yeah, so let's see how it turns out. I'm excited. Yeah, okay. Then, let's rock.
You're so beautiful.
Ryan, you are so hot. Let's go camping together and not tell our wives. I have just the guy to play Tim Allen. That is, where is he? Messy.
What a goat of a dog.
Killers of the Flower Moon is so long, in the time it takes you to watch it, you could drive to Oklahoma and solve the murders yourself. Remember that kid from The Fabelmans? This is what he looks like now. Steven, are you nominated tonight, or are you here because you have season tickets?
Steven Spielberg did produce Maestro, right? So he actually is nominated.
Should we give out some Oscars?
No.
And we're going to kick it off with the Oscar for Actress in a Supporting Role.
Actress in a Supporting Role. All right.
And
okay.
The Oscar goes to
Dwayne Randolph.
Divine.
Of course. All right. First Oscar is out. Dwayne Randolph actually won. First Oscar and nomination. Interesting.
This year's nominees for Best Animated Short come from countries across the globe.
Okay. Best Animated Short. I haven't seen one of them. Not one is released yet. Too bad. So I just guessed Letter to a Pig.
And the Oscar goes to War is Over.
Oh, War's Over. All right. Interesting.
Here are the nominees for Best Animated Feature.
All right. Best Animated Feature. So my guess was Spider-Man. But let's see. I'm actually not sure about that. And I've only seen 3 of them.
All right, and the Oscar goes to The Boy and the Heron.
Oh, The Boy and the Heron. Interesting. So the one I haven't seen, man. Too bad. I wanted to see it so badly. And I've heard that the music in it is also very well done. And should have deserved a nomination.
I mean, really? The Boy and the Heron people couldn't make it? I mean, I could see maybe the boy not showing up, but the heron should be here.
Oh, man.
Best Original and Adapted Screenplay, which is actually a controversial category this year, because a lot of people want to know, at what age do you tell a screenplay it was adapted?
Some of these jokes are so bad.
Here are the nominees for Best Original Screenplay.
All right.
Anatomy of a Fall.
Anatomy of a Fall. That will win. I'm very sure. Beholder was also very well written. This could also win. All right. Anatomy of a Fall.
And the Oscar goes to...
Say it.
Anatomy of a Fall.
Okay. Well deserved. She also won the Golden Globe for that. Now the Oscar.
Here are the nominees for Adapted Screenplay.
All right. Now adapted screenplay. I would say Oppenheimer, but yeah, not so sure.
And the Oscar goes to American Fiction.
American Fiction. Oh, that's a surprise, man. And I like that. Because American Fiction reminded me of Don't Look Up. It had a lot of similarities in terms of social criticism and making fun of that. So this is actually a surprise because I was rooting for Don't Look Up as a winner for screenplay, and now this wins for a similar tone, I would say. Interesting.
Here are the nominees for makeup and hairstyling.
Makeup. Okay, that's interesting. Yeah, I think it is Maestro, but I'm secretly hoping for Society of the Snow.
The Oscar goes to
Poor Things.
Poor Things. What? Okay. Totally unexpected. Huh. I don't know what to think about that. For makeup? Interesting. I mean, it looked great and all, but man, totally unexpected.
Here are the nominees for production design.
Okay, production design. So again, Poor Things, I guess. Maybe Barbie, but I think now production design and costume design goes also to Poor Things. Okay, maybe Napoleon. I haven't seen that, but yeah, I don't know. Let's see.
And the winner is Poor Things.
Yeah, Poor Things. All right, second Oscar to Poor Things.
A shrieker ran across the stage, which, can you imagine if a nude man ran across the stage today?
Oh no.
Wouldn't that be crazy?
John Cena. No way.
Costumes, they are so important.
Right now, yes.
I can't open the envelope without
The nominees for Best Costume Design are...
Oh, God. All right, costume design. So I guess Poor Things, but yeah, so unsure.
Here, you look beautiful.
And the Oscar goes to Poor Things.
Ah, Poor Things. Okay, all right. Another Oscar to Poor Things. 3 Oscars out of, what was it, 10, 11? 11, I think.
Here are the nominees for International Feature Film.
All right. Very strong category, I have to say. Perfect Days. Wow, such a great film. Such a great film, I have to say, man. Also, Society of the Snow. Teacher's Longs. Also very good. And the Zone of Interest is my guess.
The Oscar goes to...
Maybe surprise?
The Zone
of Interest. No surprise. All right. Like expected. Nominated for Best Picture. So no surprise.
Coming up, the award for supporting actor.
Danny DeVito and Arnold Schwarzenegger. I heard that there's a sequel to Twins, and I'm eagerly awaiting that. But it's in the making for years already, and still not out.
Our next category is for actor in a supporting role.
Actor in a supporting role. Yeah. So my guess is Robert Downey Jr. Even though I liked Robert De Niro very much in his role.
As Chaplin, he learned how to play the violin left-handed. Who does that? Seriously. It's obnoxious.
Mr. De Niro, in an Oscar-winning, Oscar-worthy performance, gives us should be winning.
Your appetite for challenges is unmatched, exemplified by your portrayal of Duncan Wedderburn in Poor Things.
I'm gonna throw you overboard.
And the Oscar goes to...
All right.
Robert Downey Jr.
Like expected. No surprise there. So this is the first Oscar for Oppenheimer, I think. If I haven't missed anything. Because adapted screenplay was going to American Fiction. Huh. But it's nominated for 13 Oscars, so... And it probably wins the big ones at the end. Best Picture, Best Director. The dog.
Please welcome Arnold Schwarzenegger and Oscar nominee Danny DeVito.
These two, man. They are such a great pairing on screen.
We both tried to kill Batman.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we both tried. I as the Penguin in
yeah,
Batman
right.
Returns.
And that was Mr. Freeze.
Mr. Freeze.
Batman, that son of a bitch.
Where is he?
Yeah.
He's here.
I hate him.
There he is.
I hate
He's right here. He's right here. Look.
You have a lot of nerve to show your face
Oh,
around
yeah,
here.
you got, yeah.
But wasn't the Batman in the Mr. Freeze one George Clooney? I don't know. I think.
And here are the nominees for achievement in visual effects.
All right, special effects. Yeah, that's more of a random guess because I've only seen the creator. But I'm guessing Godzilla because the creator had too much errors in some little details.
And the Oscar goes to...
Here we go. This is...
Godzilla.
Oh, Godzilla, actually. Huh. Interesting. And I've heard that Godzilla is a really great film, actually. Has a great story and such. But it's not out yet, to this day.
Now here are the nominees for achievement in film editing.
All right. That must be Oppenheimer.
And the Oscar.
Hopefully you pronounce it better than I did.
Let's see. Oppenheimer.
Yeah. Deserved. Objectively spoken, this was top notch. No fault in that. I've watched Oppenheimer 2.5 times already, because one time I fell asleep. I mean, the second time I watched it, I fell asleep because it was late. But I didn't notice any fault in the editing. And given the speed at this film is progressing, that was just great work.
I think we should do a toast. No, we don't have time for a toast, but that's very nice.
Yes, we do. Everyone, raise your glass to Mr. Coleman, Flamingo.
Flamingo.
I love my beautiful wife, Miss Charlize Theron. I love you. You're my angel.
Jeff Goldblum is real, right?
No.
Then to whom have I been sending my tasteful nudes?
The nominees for Best Documentary Short are...
Best documentary short, alright. Yeah, my guess is The Last Repair Shop.
And the Oscar goes to The Last Repair Shop. Ben Proud this hour.
Very well deserved. And what I liked about it is that it wasn't much about the repair shop, but more of the people who were working there and their life story and how they ended up there. And yeah, that was well done.
And now here are the nominees for Best Documentary Feature.
Yo, documentary feature. 20 Days in Mariupol. Must be.
And the Oscar goes to 20 Days in Mariupol.
The most important Oscar of the year, I would say. And if you still haven't seen this, it's very hard to watch, but everyone has to see it, in my opinion.
This is the first Oscar in Ukrainian history.
Oh yeah, that's right. Wow.
Here are the nominees for achievement in cinematography.
All right. Yeah, my prediction is Poor Things, but also very strong contender with Oppenheimer and such.
And the Oscar goes to Oppenheimer.
Yeah, Oppenheimer. Okay. All right. That was the front runner. I mean, I would say Poor Things was more creative in the camera work.
Here are the nominees for Best Live Action Short.
Live action short. Yeah, I've only seen The After and The Wonderful Story of Henry Sugar. And I think Henry Sugar will win. It was so full of creativity, so this must win.
And the Oscar goes to The Wonderful Story of Henry Sugar, Wes Anderson, and Stephen Rail.
Alone what they did with all the sets. And Wes Anderson is such a creative filmmaker in all of his work.
Here to present the Oscar for Best Sound, one of the funniest and loudest people I know. Please welcome John Mulaney.
Best sound. Yeah, must be Zone of Interest. But, yeah, Oppenheimer also a very strong contender. Also, the creator did a pretty good job with the sound.
And the Oscar goes to...
Zone of Interest.
The Zone of Interest. Taryn Willers, Johnny Byrne.
I would have been really surprised if that wouldn't have won. The only element what really makes the film.
Doesn't seem to matter what I do. Always number two.
Billie Eilish and Margot Robbie just laughing. Oh man.
Here are the nominees for original score.
Okay, best score. I think, yeah, I'm so unsure, but I think it will be Killers of the Flower Moon. Maybe Poor Things. And I know that Oppenheimer is the front runner, but I'm going against it. Okay.
And the Oscar goes to
Suspense.
Oppenheimer.
Oh, Oppenheimer. Okay. Yeah, interesting. I found Poor Things in Killers of the Flower Moon better than the score for Oppenheimer, because Oppenheimer is, yeah, it's nothing new. Poor Things is.
And the Oscar goes to
Billie Eilish.
Billie Eilish and Phineas.
Yeah, it well deserved, I think. For me, it was also the best song. Oh, In Memoriam. Alan Arkin. Oh yeah, that's right. He died. Oh, Ryan O'Neal. Right. Forgot that. And I've watched What's Up, Dog? Without even knowing that he recently died. Robbie Robertson, the composer of Killers of the Flower Moon. He died in August. Matthew Perry. Right. Richard Lewis. Yo. Man. I know him from Curb. He was such a great character in it. Carl Weathers. Right. William Friedkin, the director. He did Sorcerer, which is on my list. But I think I watched the French original first, Wages of Fear. And again, like every year, so many people died. So many talented people.
But first, it's time to find out who will be named Best Actor and what a lineup we've assembled to present.
Okay, so Best Lead Actor. Seems like a race between Cillian Murphy and Paul Giamatti. And yeah, seems like a 50-50 chance of them. So I'm going for Paul Giamatti.
And the Oscar goes to Cillian Murphy.
Oh, Cillian Murphy! He actually won over Paul Giamatti. Wow. Man. Alright. Yeah, I totally agree with that. I was not against it. I just put my money on Paul Giamatti. But nice to see him win, actually. His first nomination and first win.
Please welcome the Academy Award-winning director of Schindler's List, Steven Spielberg.
So now it's Best Director? Or what? That would be Christopher Nolan, right? Maybe Jonathan Glazer? I don't know. No, but...
And the Oscar goes to Christopher Nolan.
Yeah. Alright.
He received his first nomination for his Memento screenplay.
First nomination for Memento screenplay. That was 2000, I think. 24 years ago. Or 23, if he was nominated 2001. So finally he won.
Coming up next, the Oscars for Best Actress and Best Picture.
Yeah, Best Actress will also be very interesting. Would it be Lily Gladstone? Or would it be Emma Stone? Or surprisingly, someone else? Carey Mulligan, for example, she was the best thing about Maestro, in my opinion. Exceptional performance. And would also deserve an Oscar.
And the Oscar goes to...
Here we go.
Emma Stone.
Emma Stone! Whoa! It's not Lily Gladstone! Wow! Okay, that's a surprise. I was so sure that Lily Gladstone was winning. And she also won for La La Land, right? Yeah, interesting.
Tear up that envelope so there's no confusion with the Best Picture.
And he was also hosting the Oscars by that time.
With the award for Best Picture, please welcome Al Pacino.
Al Pacino. The legend. Alright, Best Picture. I have a strong guess for Oppenheimer.
Here it comes. And may I see Oppenheimer?
Oppenheimer. Alright. So 7 Oscars for Oppenheimer. Interesting. Very solid. Like last year, Everything Everywhere all at Once. If I remember correctly, that was also 7, right? And that's 2 Oscars for Christopher Nolan. As producer and director.
Thanks for watching the 96th Oscars. Good night.
Wait. No apology to Matt Damon? Okay. It's pissing on Matt Damon. At least. Oh, man. Alright. That was it. The end. Okay. Yeah. Not bad. Similar to last year. Production-wise. A few surprises in there for me. Which I haven't expected. But, yeah. Generally... yeah, I don't know what to say. So, yeah, I think I'll end it here. And I'll see you at the review. Alright, that was it. That was the Oscars 2024. Yes, a few surprises, like I said. And overall, an enjoyable show. A lot of gags, few bad ones, but a few very funny. The highlight was John Cena. Even though I predicted Paul Giamatti, I'm totally fine with Cillian Murphy winning. Totally deserved. I'm happy for him. Maybe because I'm a little biased because of Peaky Blinders. And he's also so good in this. And he was, I think he and overall I know him just from a few Christopher Nolan films. For example, Inception. And I only knew him, and other than Peaky Blinders, I only know him from a few Christopher Nolan films, like Inception, and the other war film, Dunkirk. Yeah, and a few others, but that's it. So fairly new, first nomination, yeah. And I'm happy for him. A lot of films with just one win. And the biggest winner, Oppenheimer, with 7 Oscars. Similar to last year's Everything Everywhere All at Once. Also with 7 wins. But I think they had only 11 nominations and Oppenheimer 13. I think, but I'm not sure. Let me check this. Yeah, 11. 11 nominations, 7 wins. This one had 13. So not as good. Yeah, Poor Things with 11 nominations and 4 wins. And The Zone of Interest with 5 nominations and 2 wins. So yeah, that's it. And everything else was 1 or 0. The Biggest Loser, Killers of the Flower Moon, with 10 nominations and 0 wins. Yeah, and I really thought Lily Gladstone would make it. But yeah, Emma Stone. I mean, I don't say that it's not deserving. She totally deserved the Oscar, but yeah, Lily Gladstone, I would have hoped that she would make it. Yeah, and this year's Oscars wasn't so bad in terms of interrupting the speeches. There were one occasion, but they were almost finished anyway. So no hard interruptions like last time. That was so, yeah, disrespectful. And didn't like that. This time it was better, but still room for improvement. And also what the show, the comedic things, I still miss more. That was, I don't know, 10, 20 years ago, that was way better. When Steve Martin was hosting, or Billy Crystal, people like that. They did always a great job. Yeah, but I guess these times are gone. And another critique is that a little suspense would be great when they open the envelope and they read the names that quickly. That wasn't always that way, right? Huh. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. There isn't much to say about the Oscars, except who's the big winner, the big loser. Big winner Oppenheimer, big loser Killers of the Flower Moon. Society of the Snow won nothing. I was very surprised that Poor Things won makeup. Very surprised. I mean, it was good, but the efforts for, I mean, I imagine that the effort for Maestro or the Society of the Snow was way higher than for Poor Things. Poor Things was only one character, Dr. Baxter, and they had just one variety of that makeup. In Society of the Snow, it was every character. They had to put on the makeup, make it look real and such. And also Maestro, which had different time periods. Yeah, that looked so realistic. Yeah, I just think that was interesting. It's surprising. Alright, okay. And that's it, I would say. So the whole Oscar season is over now. Man, for the last 6 weeks, that was my overall life. Everything was happening around the Oscars. I was not just recording and editing these films I've watched on the channel, which was 6 in the last 3 weeks. That was such an undertaking. But also, together with a friend, I watched every film which was available to that to this day. Yeah, so when I had free time, I was also watching films. Man. Yeah, now next video will be Peaky Blinders again. Everything will remain the same as before the Oscars, before the nominations. Yeah, and I'm looking forward to it. Not long, then Peaky Blinders will be over. Then I will write a post on my channel and sharing further plans. Yeah, and then we will see what the future brings. Okay, so see you then, and thank you for watching. Bye bye.